It's time for Down Home in the Tri-States with your host, Ron Jones. If it's farming, gardening, information, or just plain interesting, you can catch it all right here on Down Home in the Tri-States.
Well, I've been replaced by a darn can. What do you think about that? An antique can at that. Alto Carroll shared this with me. You all know what this is? A lot of you do. Some of you younger people out there that have no idea. This is it's an old antique gasoline measuring thing. It measures exactly 5 gallons. They go around to the tanks. They still do it today, but they got new modern stuff. They pump 5 gallons out of the store, the filling station, what we call it, filling station. They put 5 gallons out, and if it didn't come to a certain level, if it only came here and it's supposed to come up here, woo, boy, you was in trouble with the state. Anyway, Alto shared that with us, and I appreciate that. Cheryl, friend of Alto, I think gave it to him and shared it with him. But I'll tell you what, boy, brings back a lot of memories. How y'all doing this morning? Glad to have you with us. It's Down Home in the Tri-States. I'm Ron Jones. We're on every Saturday morning at, let me set back out a little bit. I'll tell you what, I'm putting it in. It might be blocking the light. Thank you, Alto. 5:30, Saturday morning, channel 13 WMBB, and we certainly do appreciate you watching and doing business with our sponsors, folks. I want to say good morning to Rex and Dwayne Taylor. Rex and Dwayne Taylor. If y'all see them out there, tell them that old Ron's talking about them and wishing them a good morning on Down Home in the Tri-States. We certainly do appreciate it. Hayes Bluegrass Highlights. We're going to try to get some of that on next week. That was a good one, boy, I tell you what. And we're going to be telling y'all a lot more about the next one coming up, too. I know Mark Russian over at Ponce Leon sent me some photos of that old house over there at Mr. Edwards' place that we had a brief shot of it. I took some, but I couldn't find them. He sent me some, and I'm going to try to get them on this week, but probably going to be next week. So we're going to share that with you. That old house, old house. I like stuff like that. Good morning to Gaston Showers. Gaston Showers watches this show, and he wanted to go to the Bluegrass thing, and I didn't get up with him in time because my phone been acting up with me. So, but Mr. Sorrells called me, and James Sorrells over on Sorrells Road, he called me, and he said that Mr. Showers is a good friend of his, and he wanted to know when that was going to be. I said it's already been. So I said I'd let you know when the next one's going to be. So, but Mr. Sorrells told me something about that old saw that was on with Alto's. That Alto's daddy had up there at Mildred's place. Y'all probably saw the show and saw that old saw that was out there. He said, Mr. Sorrell said, they call that a widowmaker. I said, what? He said, a widowmaker. I said, why was that? He said, well, her husband get out there and work himself to death with that old saw, and that's why they call that old saw a widowmaker. I thought that was kind of funny. Oh, boy. Mason Auction, Saturday, April 26th, the big spring farm construction auction, Campbellton, Florida. Y'all put it on your calendars, folks. We'll see y'all there, okay? Put it on your calendars. Let's see what, okay, I think we've done all that. I'll tell you who we're going to have on today. Rob Trawick is an horticulturist agent over at Jackson County. We're going to have him on today in a series that Eric Tools shot for us, and we're going to have a series of those on. One's going to be talking about how to take care of your grass, so y'all want to be sure to get your pencil and take notes now. Also, Danny Taylor, he's with the volunteer fire department over in Campbellton with Eric Tools and them over there, but he took us on a little tour of the oldest Baptist church, I believe it's in the state of Florida, okay? So we're going to have that on today also, so one of y'all want to be sure and watch. And Paul Davidson called me at Main Street Market and it scared me to death. He said, Ron, he said, I got a complaint. I said, uh-oh. I said, what is it? He said, well, I guess it's a complaint. He said, I'm out of ice cream. I said, what? He said, I'm out of ice cream. He said, they had been walking off with this stuff. It's a Southern Craft Creamery. He said, it was just getting started and everything. But after you ran that, he said, I sold out that day. He said, so I ordered 30, 40 more, and then he said, sold every one of them out. Then he said he ordered 50 or 60 more, and he said, sold every one of them out. He said, now I got 72 more coming. That's all I can get right now, but 72 more coming. He said, so whatever you did, keep doing it. I said, well, it's good ice cream. I said, y'all need to get it. And y'all do. Y'all need to go out. They got all kind of flavors. I tell you, it's made right in Jackson County there. It's a Southern Craft Creamery. They got it at Main Street Market on Highway 90 and 77 in Chipley, Florida. Folks, y'all get up here and tell me you want some of that ice cream I was talking about. And I had that red plum, dry red plum and rum or something like that. I forgot what it was. Man, that stuff was good. Wow. They got the Satsuma and vanilla, and I can't remember all the flavors. They got 8 or 10, 12 flavors. But Jerry Morris, Paul said Jerry Morris came in there. He said Ron made that ice cream look so good. He said I had to come try it. And he said he bought 2 or 3 of them. He said people coming back and they're getting, after they get it, when they come back and they're getting 2 or 3 and 4 more. You know, why before it's gone. So y'all get up there and try it. And just tell them you want to try that ice cream they got. Anyway, appreciate that, Paul, and I thought that was kind of an interesting story. You know, folks, we hope you enjoyed the program today. And boy, I got bugs all over the place. Y'all watch our sponsors. That's what pays for this program and keeps it on the air. And we'll be back with the show in just a minute.
If you need metal roofing cut to fit but don't have time to wait 4 or 5 days a week, then you need to come to Surplus and Savage of Chipley. It's as simple as bringing your truck or trailer. Just tell them how much you want, how long. Metal roofing is made on the spot, on site. They can even make ridge cap, drip edge, flashing. Whatever you need, they'll make it. Get the lowest price. Galvalume $1.30 a foot. 8 colors available at a low $1.79 a foot. Folks, you won't find this low price anywhere else on metal roofing. Cut to fit. They got it at Surplus and Savage of Chipley. Highway 90 West. Call them at 850-638-7353. Ask about their low-cost pole barn kits, too. Surplus and Salvage of Chipley.
Jack. 30 in the pound, $30 bet in the pound, $100 bet in the pound, $40 bet in the 40 in the 40, 35, give me $40 bet in the 40, 35, $40 bet in the 40, 40 on and 40, so you wait here. 300 now, $400, $500, did he want that? 4.5 now, 500, Willie out, 500 now, hey, now 5.5, 600.
You want quality, craftsmanship, the best portable building you can get, you need to come to Atlas Portable Buildings and Garages. It's all built right here on site in Panama City, folks. Y'all come do business with them. State inspected and approved. Stop paying for somebody else's building. At Atlas, you can rent to own. Choose from a big selection or have it built to your need. Top grade 2x4 studs, pressure treated floor joists. Need a strong, well-built garage? We can build them too. At last. Atlas Portable Buildings and Garages you can trust. It's the best product you're going to find when it comes to portable buildings and garages. Come see Dwayne Phillips. Atlas Portable Buildings and Garages on Highway 231 across from Gulf Asphalt.
Here today with Mr. Rob Trawick. He's the horticultural extension agent for Jackson County, Florida. He's going to bring us some tips today of how to take care of your yard, your ornamentals, your plants. Can help with most any vegetable growing problem you may have at this point in time of the year. Rob, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you come to be in Jackson County, and how we can take care of our yards and our soils and plants better.
All right, I'm a horticulturist. I grew up in Central Alabama. I went to Auburn University and got my bachelor's and master's in horticulture, and then I spent about 12 years in Louisiana. I was the horticulture agent for Baton Rouge before coming over here. So I can get a little bit closer to my family who's still in Montgomery. And
we don't hold the fact that you graduated from Auburn and did time in LSU against you. So he finally come home to Florida, y'all. What are some tips how we can make our lawns and our landscape around our homes better and more pleasing?
I'll tell you what, let's start it off with lawns. Lawns are, right now, turf or grass is really classified into 2 different types. We have cool season cool season turf grass and warm season turf grass. Now, down here we typically grow warm season turf grass. The type that we generally see in this area, the 2 most prominent, are centipede grass and St. Augustine. at this point in the year, the one thing about warm season turf grass that all warm season turf grass has in common, Bermuda is another variety you see a lot of times on golf courses and football fields. This time of the year, once the soil temperature reaches, in the lower temperatures here in the winter, warm season turf grasses go dormant. They go dormant. And one thing that you'll notice is that you may see some winter annual weeds pop up here and there. So what happens in that particular period, when you see green areas, little green patches that typically grow in these areas, those are what we refer to as winter annual weeds. The most popular thing that seems to happen that people like to do with these to control these winter annual weeds is they go and purchase a weed and feed product, which in all honesty is the worst thing you could possibly do. A weed and feed is a product that contains both a fertilizer and a herbicide. That herbicide is generally a material called atrazine. Now the problem is here in the South, especially in the panhandle of Florida, South Alabama, areas like this, when it's the right time to use a herbicide, it is the wrong time to be fertilizing. You do not want to fertilize turf until, I would say, the earliest would be sometime mid to late April. You do not want to use any type of fertilizer product, whether it's weed and feed or just fertilizer in general, on turf until at least mid to late April. Now, at that point, these winter annuals, they're starting to die out already because of the heat. What you can do is get atrazine is a product that is sold by itself that you can apply, and it will kill the weeds and take care of them without the use, the worry about having fertilizer on the lawn. The thing you have to be careful about atrazine, and atrazine is just one herbicide. It's a selective herbicide, so it's not going to harm the turf, but it is what we refer to as soil active. It can't tell the difference between a an annual weed, that's a broadleaf, and say a tree that it considers a tree like a broadleaf weed. So you have to be very careful with it. There are other herbicides that are out there that you can put over the top. They're labeled specifically for different types of warm season turf grasses. So atrazine is one, but if you're going to be using that on your lawn, you're going to want to make sure that you have a little bit of a buffer around some of your permanent ornamentals or different plants that may be in your landscape, trees, things like that. You don't want to really put that around the root zone of those particular plants, otherwise they'll end up taking it up and it can cause problems.
If someone was to have a question of what some of those products may be that they could use, they could contact you here at the Jackson County Extension Agency service, or their own county extension service would have the information.
Absolutely. Anybody, any questions they have, every county in Florida has an extension service office, and you can contact them to find out what different herbicides that you can use. What you're looking for is like a selective herbicide, not a herbicide that is non-selective like Roundup, which it doesn't care what it is. Roundup is going to kill anything that you put it on as long as it's green. So you want to use something like a selective herbicide. It's not going to harm the turf grass, but will take care of those winter annuals. But the key to that is, like I said, the biggest thing is don't fertilize your lawn before the middle to end of April. Otherwise, you open yourself up to a lot of fungal diseases and different things like that that can cause devastation to your turf grass long term all the way through the season.
And I'll go ahead and point out to our viewers that are in the Alabama and Georgia area, just because you don't live in Jackson County, Florida, if you dial 850-482-9620, that's one good thing about the Jackson County Agency. They don't care really where you live. If you need information and you contact them, they're going to give it to you as best as they can. Of course, like I say, Rob is a graduate of Auburn. He has a lot of contacts in the Alabama, South Alabama area. And the Georgia area, I'm quite sure. And like I say, everybody here in Florida has the same information.
Well, I come home every morning after working all night, sit down to my keyboard and I start to write.
Let's talk about something that's going to help you out financially, economically, and personally. Let's talk about Doug's motorized bicycles. Doug Holmes is well known throughout the Tri-States area for helping people just like yourself with all of these things. Doug has been in the business of getting people around from place to place for a long time. Doug's motorized and electric bicycles are affordably priced and economically less expensive to operate than most other forms of transportation. It's easy to lose your license these days for just about anything, and for many people, this can be devastating, especially if you have to get to work to feed your family and pay the bills. Doug's gasoline 2- and 4-stroke bicycles can get you up to 150 miles per gallon. That's right, folks, 150 miles to the gallon. Doug's electric bicycles get you a lot further on the charge than most other electric bicycles. Doug's bicycles come complete with high-quality bicycles starting at $395. You can even lay away if you need. Or if you have your own bicycle, you can just get the kit installed or install it yourself. Doug also services both gas and electric motors. Folks, this is not a fly-by-night operation. Doug Holmes is a qualified and licensed dealer of motorized bicycles. Doug has most parts in stock for both gas and electric. Don't pay shipping charges. Come pick up your parts locally and usually for less. The weather is right and it's time right now, and this is a good way for you and your family to get out and enjoy a ride together. And remember, if you've been putting off getting a job because you don't have transportation, well, Doug solved your problem. Call Doug now. He's waiting on your call. Mention Ron Jones for a down-home discount. Call Doug now. Uh-oh, my well pump quit working. What? You mean I gotta wait a week for parts? I can't go a week without water? Folks, how many times have you heard that? Don't put yourself through misery when your well pump stops working. Call the man, Water Dan. Dan can get you up and going the day you call him. Unlike most well pump repairmen, Water Dan stocks and carries on his pump truck the parts you need to repair your pump. It may just be a simple adjustment. It doesn't matter whether it's a home, school, farm irrigation pump, business, livestock, pool. Water Dan can give you an honest opinion and do you an honest job. I use Water Dan anytime I have a problem because I know I can trust Water Dan, and I will have water today. Put this number on your fridge and call the man, Water Dan, 850-535-9308, 535-9308. Call the man, Water Dan. Water Dan is the customer's man. Hydroport Steering. Is this amazing or what? Joe Riley and the gang at Rhino Boat announced the magical wonders of hydraulic steering. If you're like me and bothered by that old darn arthritis, Hydroport Steering is the answer. Quick and easy maneuverability, one-finger steering, ease of access to launching and loading. Hydroport Steering is the answer we've all been waiting for. Only at Joe's Motor Service. Call them today and tell them you want to see this baby Ron's been talking about. Leave it to the gang at Rhino Boat. I love my Hydroport Steering. Folks, this is Danny Taylor. Danny is he's a deacon here at the First Baptist Church in Campbellton, and from what I understand, Danny, this is the oldest church in Florida. Tell me a little bit about this.
It's the oldest Baptist church in Florida in continuous service.
In continuous service.
And it has been in continuous service since 1825.
1825. Now, how many you reckon members they had when they first started this thing? Do you know? Maybe 4, 5, 10?
I believe the old minutes said they were organized with 12.
Well, how many members in the congregation now?
We have some over 100 resident members. We average about 40 on Sunday morning.
And this has been in the same location since 1825? Or did they move it? Or
the original structure, I think, was not exactly on this. It was on this property we own, but not on this exact site. It was, I believe, over east of here just a little bit. I think the original structure was a log type structure or something like that, but I'm not sure of that.
Right. Danny, how much of the church is actually the original structure that we see here?
The original structure is basically the same. Now the vestibule was added sometime later. Way on back there had been a vestibule, and during hard time of depression, it got in bad shape and they tore it off, so we used it without a vestibule for several years, and we've since built it back on. But the main part of the structure is original. It does have vinyl on it now, because the pine lumber that it's made out of, the paint that you can buy today won't stay on. The inside has been paneled, but there's a 12 by 12 post in the middle of it that we can't get rid of.
Holds the church up.
That holds the church up.
Yeah.
And there's a 12 by 12 laying on top of it. That's what everything's fastened to. So all of the top and all the structure's original. It's pegged together. It's not nailed together. And the bell that's in the bell tower was the same bell tower that was put there in 1868.
You mentioned that post. That'd be like if you took the post out, it'd be like you take Christ out of things, it collapses.
Just about. There's 2 rooms that you can see some of the original outside wood because the room was built around it. And that's old heart pine lumber there that you can't drive a nail in it. You'll have to drill a hole in it if you're going to try nailing it.
Old planking.
That's it. That's how the original outside, the rest of it's covered by vinyl, but it's still the same type.
So that's actually under that vinyl, right?
Yep, that's what's under the vinyl.
Wow. It's amazing.
Our pastor is a carpenter, and he says if you had the lumber, if you use the lumber that you have today to build a building like this, it'd fall in. The lumber's not strong enough.
Sure enough.
This is built out of, there's the rope that goes up there to the bell, that's in the bell tower.
This one here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we actually, at Vacation Bible School time, we used it.
Wow. There it is, folks. Nice little church. Very nice. I'm amazed by that. That says a lot right there, folks. Like we said, it's you take that out, the church collapses. You take Christ out and God out, and the world collapses.
That's it, and that's what's trying to happen.
That's where we're headed, right?
I
mean, that's what it looks like if we don't stop it.
We continue to try to take God out, and things get worse.
You're right.
Along the time this was founded, you had to have money to have a rock headstone.
Uh-huh.
What I want you to see is this. When Andrew Jackson was chasing the Seminoles, this is a veteran of, you see his birth date and his days?
Veteran of Indian War, so 1789 to 1861.
He was born in 1789. He died in 1861. That one died the year the Civil War started.
John B. Brown, is that right? Yep.
Yeah. This was what most of the headstones were. They were heart pine headstones.
No writing or anything, huh?
Well, by that time the writing probably
gone,
worn off. But when I was younger, there was a lot of those out here. Now they've all. This Jackson County Church Development Commission is part of this Jackson County Spanish Heritage Trail, and this is stop number 6.
Well, Danny, I certainly do appreciate it, and if some people would like to come up and visit y'all's church on your when's your services and what time, and tell them exactly where it's located.
We're on Highway 2 East in Campbellton. We'd be glad for people to come and look or join us in service. Our services Sunday morning, Sunday school's at 10 o'clock, preaching's at 11. At 6:30 on Wednesday night, 5 o'clock on Sunday evening.
Okay. Folks, y'all interested and would like to just come up and visit, or if you live in the area and you're new to the area, something you looking for a church,
we'd be happy to have you.
Sure like to have you here. So, Danny, I certainly do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you letting us come up and interview you and show the church. It's a nice church.
Register Meat Company, founded 70 years ago by Sparks Happy Register. And they've been providing that good ham, bacon, and sausage ever since. A tradition in the South for over 70 years. You can also find all of these great products at Register Store in Cottondale, Florida. Just like old Andy always said, it's good. Main Street Market in Chipley is this area's headquarters for top quality livestock and pet feed. Paul Davidson and Main Street Market carries only the best and most freshest feed you'll find anywhere in the Tri-States area. Cattle feed, dog feed, horse feed, rabbit feed, goat feed, chicken feed, from top quality Seminole, the preferred feed for show animals, to FRM, Tucker, and more. To roll hay and baled hay, Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 90 and 77 in Chipley, Florida has it all. Main Street Market is also your fresh and frozen vegetable and fruit outlet, plus deer cord and pine straw. Main Street Market. Tell them old Ron sent you.
Wow, this snow sure is gritty and salty. No, silly, this is sand, not snow. So that's why it's so hot. Yeah, but thank goodness our daddy owns A-Plus Air Conditioning. He keeps our home as cold as Alaska. Cool. Hey, I'll race you home.
For the most professional, most reliable, and most preferred air conditioning service in the area, call A-Plus Air Conditioning, 850-230-3009.
Okay, bet you I can win.
Remember the name, there's only one, A-Plus Air Conditioning. If they don't answer the phone, A-Plus Air Conditioning, you've got the wrong number. Call 850-230-3009. A-Plus Air Conditioning.
My name is Bubba Marshall. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I was raised in Panama City, Florida. Came to the hangout first time probably when I was about 10 years old. My daddy was a Nabisco representative, and his territory was the beach. And he would go in and work the store, which was right next door to the hangout, and I would help him, and then I would wander over to the casino, play the little games, and then go down to the hangout, and people were dancing and all that. Over the years, just started going there, and really started going there and dancing 14, 15, 16 years old. Great place to meet people, and people from all over. And people came down there on vacation, and it's a good place to make friends. One song that reminds me of the hangout is Mean Old Lonesome Train.
How'd you catch that train, man? That's the train my baby's on.
There was a trampoline center that Kyle Slater owned. He and I were good friends, and we jumped all the time, and that was one of our songs to jump on the trampoline to. It had a good beat so you could hit good tricks and things like that.
Well, she done grabbed that mean old train and gone.
There's a lot of things about the hangout that meant a lot of things to different people, but basically the local people, it's where we went to associate ourselves with a lot of folks from out of town that we met over the years and just became good friends. It was just a good place to be.
She left me plenty money, rolling in the ground.